Well, parked in Crossroads to go take the dogs out and wait for people to get off all those mushrooms. And while we were there, I got a rend. A good old War Chief's Blessing. 300 HP, 661 health. I could go tank a dungeon right now. And we're going to waste it all, run into Thunderbuff. That's classic, baby. That's what we do. Alright, so we're going to run back. We're going to try to get these last two mushrooms. Really, I hate the Rested XP UI. It's useful. It's a useful add-on. It just doesn't fit in. I'm not really happy with the state of my UI right now, as it is. I don't really love LUI either. It's just, it's easy, and I don't got time to really stress about my UI that much. I used to, really? This server just drops world buffs whenever. They don't care. I remember 2019 Classic, like, we had server Discord, we had a schedule. If you dropped off schedule, God help you, you would be shunned. We had multiple people in guild with horde priests that could mind control the quest givers to reset them, mind control people for, world or War Chief's Blessing and Cross. This is so sweaty. And honestly, I don't know. I want to say I hated the world buff meta, but I think that would be disingenuous because as a warrior, as much as I did not like having to run around and get all my world buffs and like coordinate everything and try to time everything out perfectly so that, I wasn't missing 15 minutes off my Dire Maul buffs by the time I got everything else. Playing with world buffs versus playing without them, it's not even close. Like, going to Nax and die at any point, honestly. Uh, and it felt like the game was over. It felt like why bother? Why bother playing? And I remember one night we were all set to try to do a speed run in Nax. Everybody was fully buffed up, ready to go get into the Abomination quarter. First pull, one of our rogues uses whatever it was, the lightning cap or some hat that shoots lightning. Pulled extra. More than half the raid died. Everyone lost their world buffs, and it was demoralizing. Like, we still cleared the instance. Like, of course you can. That's not what the world buffs do. They don't make it. Like, if you can't clear without world buffs, then you're not playing right. But it makes them fun. It makes it fun. Big numbers make me want to play WoW. Anyone remember that video? I kept my world buffs that night, and it was the only time I was on top of meters. Because I was an okay warrior, but, like, let's be honest, just being a warrior and, like, having buffs carries you to the top half of the meters. Oh, I'm supposed to swim down here. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to say that I hate the world buff meta and that it's too sweaty and whatever, but it's fun. And now with the Chrono Boom, whatever, the thing that lets you store them, like, no reason to be mad about it at all. There's no reason to schedule it all weird either. Sort of insane, though, how much they get dropped at such random. Like, nobody needs a Nixie at 10 in the morning. It's ridiculous. Alright, 7 minutes off this War Chief's Blessing. I should at least, like, kill something with it, right? I just want to find one more mushroom. Usually one over here somewhere. Deer mushrooms. Where Where are you? There we go. Right. One more. Giving them spores. I'm gonna pick this spore. And we're gonna go. We're gonna book it for Thunder Bluff. Just for shiggles, let's do this. Ooh, Rock Biter. Ooh, Lightning Shield. Oh, right. I'm using a weapon that I haven't skilled up. Weapon skills, that's another thing, man. Like, biggest pain in the ass if you don't keep your weapon skills up and you're a melee class. But also, kind of a fun part of the game that I think everybody hates is maxing it out, getting that last bit of what would count as like expertise. That's where it's at. Grinding on a mob forever, just like, look how much I'm hitting up. Dodge, dodge, dodge. 4. Ooh, 14, I crit. No, wait, I didn't crit, that was the lightning shield. Parry, 1. Lightning shield, parry. 2. Come on. Yeah, take that, you fucking zebra. White leather, well earned. Okay, good to keep in mind. Yeah, I picked up Sergeant's Warhammer of Healing and the Ragefire Chasm. That's pretty dope. Not doing anything to really help me out here, but I plan to be healing dungeons as much as possible. And, I mean, honestly, like, +4 healing is simultaneously meaningless and so meaningful, right? Stats in the classic game, 2 strength, 2 agility. I mean, I will mess someone up wearing this little piece of back piece. Gear upgrades, I don't like, and this started even, I think, like, not completely, but it was getting there in Wrath, definitely getting there in Kata. And by now, at the retail level, like, I couldn't even tell you what stats are on any piece of gear. They're all, you know, swappable. So like, you know, if I'm in enhanced spec, this would be 2 strength, 2 agi, and if I were in, if I like respect to, you know, resto or whatever, that would switch to like int spirit or whatever. And that's nice from like a quality of life standpoint, I suppose, but like, I don't know, stats and gear have just become meaningless. And like, when all you have to do is worry about it being an item level upgrade, that's not fun. Like, you just
these are good specimens.
grind the next leveled, grind the next item level.
Here is your reward,
It's 1 more item level, it's gonna be better. It's like, okay, great. Like, choices and gear progression felt so much more meaningful in this era. You know, min-maxing different stats, like, oh, I feel like I want to go.
The times we live in are as fickle as the shifting winds, adventurer. It is important to remember what is true and lasting in this world, and to preserve that. Everything else is a waste. You found a fissure in the earth with gases bubbling from it. Strange. This may be an answer to our questions, but we cannot yet be sure. But it is a clue.
You know, maybe I want to prioritize
that you found it. Like the one you found at the Forgotten
because
Pool,
I want
there may be
you know, get more
at the other
dodge or
in the
get more crit or whatever.
If so,
that's my choice, and like
are the
different pieces of gear support that. And also the itemization in Classic is fucking horrible.
They are dead and infirm,
like,
but take them to
just
the stagnant oasis
terrible.
to the southeast. If there is a fissure there, then
especially if you are any kind of a hybrid class, just like
you gave me into
have fun putting together your clown suit of weird off-spec pieces.
If you were to carry this to her,
because you cannot, like, the only things that were properly itemized were like warrior and priest gear.
A cave beneath the
but you know what? It's kind of beautiful, and it's fun, and it means not everybody is running around
this emulsion will maintain its
in the same homogenized set of gear. And like, yes,
processed before then.
For most classes, there is a definitive BIS.
Reagents and other items to my associates in the old world.
BIS can be.
I have to actually see them to the dock at Ratchet.
It's just not like necessarily what's in the latest raid. Like, if you could, gear that you pick up a level in can be meaningful. The Horde have the quest in Rhythm Tusk Village, where you can get the Rune of the Guard Captain, and it's melee. It's huge. It's like percent hit and attack power, I think. And there's nothing like it on the Alliance side. And it's a green trinket that I think you can get at like level 56 or 58. And you're going to use that at least into Blackwing Lair, if not further, if you're like a warrior or a rogue. And that's fun. Like, that's fun to me. Like, a quest reward is meaningful. Your quest choices as you get higher are meaningful. The Diamond Flask on the warrior, which is the sleeper, level 50 quest item that's just going to be BIS for the whole game. But if you take I think it's a helmet or shoulders, that's the other quest reward that looks like that'd be really awesome, then you totally fucked yourself. And that's fun too, because like, I don't know, in retail, even as far back as even in Kata, to be honest, like playing through Kata Classic, I can't even think of a single quest reward that was meaningful. And like, oh, if you pick the wrong one, then you might as well re-roll your character. I know a guy that picked the wrong thing on his warrior in 2019 Classic, and he re-rolled level 50 warrior. Just deleted it and started over because he didn't get the Diamond Flask. And like, all right, that's a little too sweaty. Like, I would simply not. Well, I can't say that for sure. As we've already established, I'm a closet sweat, even though I do kind of lament the culture. I don't love the min-max. I don't love min-maxing the fun out of the game, you know? I still think, like, you should be able to bring whatever class, especially at 40-man raids, but also especially in a 5-man. Like, every comp in a 5-man can get the job done. Every reasonable comp, right? I just don't like, I remember back in the day seeing like 40-man Onyxia raids that were like all druids or whatever, and like, you can get it done. Yes, it's not optimal, and for some people, I get why optimal is fun. And I'm not here to say that like, oh, you're having fun the wrong way or whatever. I can't believe I'm gonna make you watch me run all the way to Thunder Bluff. He's like baobab trees. I don't know. I love the thorns growing out of the hillside. So cool. For me, that's a little bit optimizing the fun out of the game. Like, I want to optimize my character, and I've done that on the warrior. I've done it. God, I did it hard in Wrath on the druid, just like squeezing every ounce of performance out of a feral druid. Trying to speedrun Max, which we won that phase speedrun by like 4 seconds on the very last day of raiding in that phase. That was wild. You know, I've min-maxed the hell out of a rogue. I've min-maxed the hell out of a druid, a warrior, a warlock. And that's fun for me personally. But, like, that next level of min-maxing, that, like, bring 20 warriors and 4 priests and 1 rogue and call it a day, I think that would be fun once. Be like, cool, let's see how fast we can blast Molten Core. 17 minutes, great, we did it. Wouldn't want to do that every week. And I think a lot of the flavor is the best stuff in WoW, and playing in groups of people that aren't, you just like found other adventurers to come do a thing with you and not, necessarily sweat too hard. that's the fun. That's what takes me back to like 2004. Just like running 5 vans with randos, and everyone takes an hour to run
Though the
the thing.
crossroads
Don't get
seems
me
to be
wrong,
the center of activity in the barrens,
I would
I
love if
prefer the
like
quiet
Summoning
tune of
Stones
Camp
were a thing
Taral.
in
Where
this
shall I
version
send
of
you?
Classic, at the very least. But again, there's something real charming about being in the world, and people talk about retail being like, oh, I can just get in and play and get gear and whatever, and I don't have to like dedicate all my time to it, and I get that. I mean, trust me, I get that. I have a full-time job, I have a second career, I have other hobbies and relationships and things. Like, I don't have all day every day to play WoW like I used to. So I get that idea, but I'm also like, what is that progression for? Like, if you're not going to be in the world playing and dedicating any time to it, what do you need gear for? To get more gear, right? But like, and I understand that the whole thing's a gear treadmill, but like, why? What is it for? Especially again when like the upgrades don't feel meaningful in any way, except you just get like blanket power increases. I don't know. That doesn't appeal to me. What appeals to me is like, I'm gonna run Ubers 10 times with different people and have different experiences every time. Some of them good, some of them bad, and then finally I'm gonna get the eye patch of Rend or Dalren's main hand or whatever other thing. Savage Gladiator Chain. I know that's BRD. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Play the game, right? Have fun. And so I kind of would rather use my limited time. Look at the sun setting over the mesa up there. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I would rather spend my time. Is a West Coast realm? Wild. Mountain time, actually. Weird. Like, this is more fun for me than like hopping in, doing a random dungeon, heroic, getting whatever complicated token I have to get, and upgrading my gear from the vault or whatever. Like, to do what? To just rinse, repeat that over and over again. Man, I'm like getting angry at retail. And I don't mean to, because I think retail has a lot going for it. It's a different game. That's all it is. It's a different game altogether. And it has its fun moments. Especially if you like treat it as a solo RPG. Like, I still love getting in there and seeing the art and experiencing the story. And that's pretty much what I do every expansion is I progress through the story arc and call it a day. But here, I'm legit enjoying. Like, look at these wagon tracks up to this abandoned caravan where the venture company has set things on fire and taken over in their garden. Like, the flavor in the world is so much more interesting in Classic than I couldn't even tell you the zone names in the War Within right now. Hellfall. Hellfall's nice, actually. It's pretty. I like the theme, but yeah, and like I couldn't like name any specific area of it. I couldn't tell you that I had a favorite area. I couldn't tell you any like cool little hidden gems because you're just not encouraged to explore the world at all. Again, like back to the flying thing. Not to belabor the point, but we are belaboring this run to Thunderbluff, so why not try to make content here? You're just not interacting with the world at all. And cool, I know how to fly between the blah blah and Halifal under, I don't know. Let's try this Stoneclaw totem. Chase that motherfucker. Oh, it doesn't work at all. Oh, yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Just a little bit of a delayed reaction. Yeah, eat it, bitches. Okay, we are almost to Thunder Bluff. Anyway, I think this is the overwhelming theme of this whole rambly run. I said Orgrimmar, the whole rambly run to Thunder Bluff is uh, being in the world is fun. It's interesting. It's cool. I know that on the other side of this ridge is like Desolace, and it's a whole other landscape, and that's interesting to me. I know that that's the Stone Talon Mountains, and that's cool to me. I love thinking about the work that went into even thinking about the culture of the Taurens and how they built on top of these bases. And, you know, it's got like very Pacific Northwest tribe vibes, while at the same time, you know, just generic American Indian, you know, appropriation stuff. And we don't have to get into all that. But anyway, I guess what I'm saying is I'm a classic Andy, and I kind of never thought that I would be. But to sum up, fuck flying, fuck retail, fuck, you know, on rails gear progression. Ooh, can I make it to this elevator? This is my favorite meta game. Get up there, yes. Did it. And hello, Thunderbluff. Thanks for coming along for the ride. I will, you know, talk at you next time.